now thinking about it, I think Kishimoto even said that fucking he made Madara so powerful he didn't know what to do.
That's what I told you before. That's the whole reason Kaguya exists.
The whole alien thing to begin with. He made a character so strong to where, you know, he was worried, you know what I mean, like that no one could be able to beat Madara because it's Madara, you know? Like, and even if you analyze like Six Path, like even if, like let's say that didn't happen, and you have Six Path Naruto and Six Path Sasuke fighting against Yubi Madara, okay? Mm-hmm. Like, if it really came down to it, I don't think they're winning that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and the reason why is because Yubi Madara can still utilize Perfect Susanoo, right? He should be able to.
Yeah, but he doesn't need that.
Like, well, I think he would. And the only reason why is because when you analyze Six Path Naruto and Six Path Sasuke fighting against Kage, which we do know Kage is more powerful than Yubi Madara, you know what I mean? Like, it's, you know, like they did very well against her and whatnot. And so, technically, with connecting the dots, that they should be able to beat that Yubi Madara that was at his prime. But, like, if Yubi Madara is incorporating, you know, Perfect Susanoo, you know, and all that, along with, you know, him being the 10-tailed Jinchuriki, it can go either way. You know what I mean? Like, and I still feel like Madara would have won because it's fucking Madara we're talking about, you know, but, you know, but it is interesting, you know? So, yeah, I'm just saying, like, you will have people that'll be out there and that will say that Naruto and Sasuke would have beaten Madara. That the whole thing with Kishimoto saying that, oh, he made him too powerful is bullshit because, what's it called, if they were performing that well against Kaguya, you know what I mean, fucking, you know, then they would have just dog-washed Yubi Madara, you know, which, I'm going to be honest, I feel like what happened is Yubi Madara was more powerful than Naruto and Sasuke, but then Kishimoto changed his mind, which is why he had that statement where he says, I made this man too powerful. So he goes with the Kaguya thing, so meaning he weakened Madara, okay, and created someone to be more powerful than him, which would now scale that Naruto and Sasuke over that Yubi Madara, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, but like...
But it, you know what I mean? So, like, meaning that, like, even if, like, Naruto and Sasuke, like, let's say the Kaguya thing never happened, you could argue that Madara was stronger than them because at that current point with Kishimoto's writing, he even states it, that Madara was the strongest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, so meaning for the people to argue against it and all that, it's actually going to be a lot harder for them because it just makes no sense for Kishimoto to contradict himself. Why would he do that? That's stupid. You know what I mean? Like, he literally made that statement for a reason, which is why he had to nerf Madara.
Yeah, but then you have, like you said, you know, making a character that's too powerful, and they make a Shiki.
Yeah. Yep. So, but I don't know, that's just my thing. But anyways, enough of fucking Naruto and Madara, Amos Madara. Obviously, if Madara had the Nine Tails, that come on. Like, what are we doing? If it's Majestic Madara versus KCM2 Naruto, even with Sage Mode, he's not winning that.
No.
He's not fucking winning that. Full power Nine Tails with also a PS, yeah, get the fuck out of here. You know, I don't give a fuck if he has Sage Mode. That's not going to be enough. Like, he's not Hashirama, you know? So, but, trying to think of one more good topic to really talk about with you guys.
I wanted to do Jiraiya versus Deidara.
Yeah. We keep leaving from that. Okay.
Yeah. Now
so
we can finally do it. And Ken, I'm gonna let you talk. This was your thing. I'm gonna shut up.
Shit. If anyone should be shutting up, is me. I'm surprised you guys don't tell me to shut up. Like, you guys don't interrupt me. Like, you don't fucking.
I don't, because I want opinion. Shit.
It's because you have me on recording, and if anyone sees me telling you to shut up, I just look back. No.
Well, I'll just say, like, you guys can talk more if you want. You know, you can interrupt. I don't give a fuck. That doesn't bother me. This ain't a fucking debate here, you know? But no, yeah, with Deidara and Jiraiya. So, like, if we're being honest, you know what I mean? Could Jiraiya be able to win? Yes. Like, if we're being honest, I don't see that being a problem. I really don't. But, like, with Deidara fighting against Jiraiya, like, Jiraiya is, he's known for his hacks abilities. He's also known to be like a brawler to kind of fight up close and everything too. He has his summonings and all that. Like, so he has plenty of abilities to be able to like deal with what Deidara can throw at him. I don't know if you guys disagree with that, but
I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree that Jiraiya would have plenty of abilities, which I don't know if you ever saw it, Ken, but I even had a video of reacting to Noodles' shit, reacting to swag of Jiraiya versus the Akatsuki, So I kind of briefly touched up on this topic too, but either way,
I mean, what do you think I discovered your channel?
Yeah, I know. But briefly, it gets to the point. I don't have an issue of Jiraiya being able to utilize all his abilities to deal with Deidara's attacks and whatnot. Like I don't have a problem with that. I don't like the people that actually are out there that think they are just straight up speed blitzes Jiraiya is just very ignorant in my opinion. Even if
I definitely don't think he does speed blitz. I think he's slightly faster, but it's definitely not speed blitz. Like it's very likely that Jiraiya would get a kick in or a hit before Deidara could get distance.
Yeah, it'd just be really weird. Better yet, if you even watch Deidara in the beginning, Kakashi was able to react to all his shit. This is Kakashi in the beginning of Shippuden, and he's able to dodge his spider explosions that are moving insanely fast, and even were created in a way to where it should have been undodgeable, but Kakashi did a substitution jutsu. So it's if Kakashi's able to kind of maneuver out of Deidara's shit and whatnot, and Kakashi and Naruto were chasing Deidara for a hot minute, and eventually they got far enough to where Deidara, could have just went all out and done his thing, and you name it, but Kakashi was able to beat Deidara because of his Kamui. He Kamui's his arm off, and then he's about to Kamui his fucking head off and snipe his head, but then Naruto runs up on Deidara while he's distracted by Kamui in his Kyuubi mode, and then gets punched in the fucking face. So it's I don't know, and I know it's Kamui, don't get me wrong, but if Kakashi and Naruto are able to kind of fight against Deidara and deal with him, I don't see why Jiraiya wouldn't be able to deal with him either, Not only that, Orochimaru fought Deidara and Sasori at the same time, and he was doing just fine with Edo Tensei, So it's I don't think the Sannin just get completely destroyed by fucking... those level of Akatsuki members. They're strong, but they're not straight up speed blitzing and killing them immediately. It's so unrealistic.
To be fair to Deidara, when it comes to the Naruto and Naruto and Kakashi party, he had just got done fighting Gaara and had lost an arm.
Oh, yeah, that is
which
true.
I don't know how to react with combat speed, but he definitely would be a massively weakened.
That would be true, because... we don't know how much clay he had, and he's missing an arm, and now he's missing both arms, because of the Kamui. So meaning he basically was fucked at that point, the moment his arm got hit by Kamui. If I'm being honest, what does he do, yes, those are things. So true, that is true to put into consideration. So yeah, it's kind of shit to kind of not really downplay, but to kind of scale that period, because you can't really scale it accurately. But what I will say, obviously Deidara both arms, and everything, and utilizing his explosions, which alright, this is what we should do. We should analyze the thing with him against Sasuke. I think that's better, right? He's ready to go, he has all his clay, that's the fight where Deidara even dies in as well, because he rage quits. If we look at that Deidara, he's strong, he's very fast. He has crazy AP explosions. And he's no fucking joke. And it gets to the point where, if they were fighting, right? If it's him and Jiraiya fighting, picture Sasuke about to fight Jiraiya. You know what I mean? And Sasuke runs at that same speed. Are you really going to tell me that Sasuke speed blitzes Jiraiya in base and kills him?
Well, I don't think he's speed blitzes, but we do have to keep in mind that is a Jiraiya that has the powers of Orochimaru in him as well. So he might be on that level as well.
Yeah, true. But do you think Jiraiya just gets cut open and he's dead?
Oh no, I don't think he's speed blitz. I definitely think
because if Deidara was able to do a backflip and dodge, I'm pretty sure Jiraiya could be able to react and dodge too.
Yeah.
You know, like that's just me. Like I really don't see. You know what I mean? Like so if I was putting Jiraiya in his shoes, you know, so like when it comes to that, like they're gonna be able to react to each other. They're gonna be able to do like better yet to really prove that. Come on, bro. Like if Deidara was having to fight against Pain, like even against the summoning Pain, you know, like what the fuck does Deidara do? You know, like. Oh, yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and Jiraiya's over here, like, fighting against him. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, and so the fact that Jiraiya can even be able to fight against the passive Pains and then use stage mode and shit to give him a fighting chance, you know what I mean? Like, and narratively, Pain is obviously narratively implied to be more of a threat than compared to Deidara and all this other shit, yada yada. It's really weird to, like, think fucking Deidara just shits on Jiraiya. You know what I mean? Like that's the first thing I just want to establish. Like he's just not immediately shitting on him. It doesn't make any sense narratively, and overall, like it just ain't happening. And with Jiraiya's abilities, like his barrier thing that he has to sense anything, to dodge, his summonings, hacks abilities, his hair attacks, fire style, all that shit, like he can be able to fight back. You know what I mean? If Sasuke can do it, you know, like with his Chidori and his intelligence, which I would argue Sasuke's more intelligent than Jiraiya, but Jiraiya's not dumb either. Like, a lot of people think Jiraiya is dumb, but he's not dumb. He's a pretty smart fucking guy. Like, you know, in comparison to other characters, nowhere near, but he is smart, you know what I mean? But, like, Jiraiya...
I mean, intelligence, like, the type of intelligence that Sasuke has is different than what Jiraiya has, because between the two, Jiraiya is definitely more, battle intelligent than Sasuke is, if that makes sense. At least in my opinion, because he has that experience and that comes with age and being in like two different wars.
Yeah, I feel you there, but like I don't know. That's fine. I'm not really gonna argue that. It's like Sasuke's smart, dude. Like he's really fucking smart. You know what I mean? Like his analysis abilities and even like Minato like complimenting it at a certain point in the war too, you know, like he's smart, dude. But
I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine Sasuke being able to sit there, fight Pain for as little time as Jiraiya did, and being like, "Oh nope, none of them are actually the real person."
True. Yeah, no, Sasuke, he wouldn't be able to figure that out. The only reason why Jiraiya was even able to do that towards the end was because, for one, he met all those ninja individually in the past, and two, Nagato was his student. That's the only reason. The only fucking reason, yeah. So I definitely agree. Sasuke would not be that intelligent to be able to deduce all that and everything, but but either way, like, all I'm trying to establish is, when it comes to, like, intelligence between the two characters, I think they're kind of in the same ballpark. I would still say Jiraiya is greater than Deidara. And then since Jiraiya was able to perform pretty well against Pain, I think that's pretty impressive. You know what I mean? So like, there's no reason for him not to be able to react or be able to utilize his jutsus and everything to deal with Deidara's attacks. That's what I'm trying to say. So he'd be fine on that. And if Jiraiya is able to enter Sage mode, I love me some Deidara, but what the fuck does Deidara do then? You know what I mean? Like, he's kind of going to be fucked. The only way I see Deidara pulling a W on fucking Jiraiya is if he's able to do his, I think it's his C3. It's either C3 or C4, to where it's like a hacks-based explosion jutsu, to where unless you have the Sharingan or the Rinnegan or the Bakugan, you cannot see it, and whatever it touches, it incinerates you on a cellular level.
That's C4.
C4, yeah. And that, if Deidara does that like immediately, Jiraiya's dead. But that's kind of out of character for Deidara to do that immediately, though. So if we're talking about like an in-character fight, you know what I mean? I say Deidara would more than likely get caught in one of Jiraiya's hacks abilities, or better yet, Jiraiya will be able to get into Sage mode and then kill him before he can do C4. You know what I mean? And that'll kind of be that. Especially if Jiraiya's doing the summonings, like, the summonings are strong, bro. Like, they're very fast, they're very powerful, you know what I mean? Like, they're able to fight against these threats, you know? Yeah. So, like, Deidara is not just one-shotting the fucking summonings. It's retarded, you know? What's it called? Could he have enough AP to eventually take him out? Yeah, sure, it's great. But, like, by the time he's even able to do anything remotely to get rid of the summons or whatever, they'll just go back and, you know, and disappear. Or Jiraiya will be like, all right, you've done enough.
Yeah.
You know, so they'll be able to do
Speaking of character things, real fast while I'm thinking about it, one of the things I feel like we should really talk about, because one of the big misconceptions has been the idea that Deidara will just be in the sky the whole time, but Deidara doesn't usually fight in the sky.
Yeah, he starts off on the ground and he fights, and then he will go to the sky eventually to create distance. But no, I get what you're saying. He's not always in the sky, you know. And even if he was in the sky, all Jiraiya has to do is just fucking use his summoning, and he can jump up to him. That's it. And I'm gonna be
just summoning, bring down the house is a jutsu he has, which he summons something from the sky.
Yeah, that, you know, he could use his summoning, and I'm gonna be honest with you, that speed from jumping would blitz Deidara. Like, there's no way you're convincing me a frog jump is not faster than Deidara flying in the sky. Like, to catch up with him. Because if you look what Gamabunta did when he was all the way down in that fucking deep-ass abyss or pit, and he does one jump with gravity against him, and he just immediately gets all the way to the top, and the amount of force and pressure and everything, and then lands on the ground and just blows everything up. Come on, bro. You know what I mean? Like, and if you even read the data book statement of when Gamabunta launches from jumping to attack, it's literally basically saying it's like unavoidable, yada yada, like the speed is too great and all this other shit. It's clearly exaggerated to the point where he's very fast. You know what I mean? So like, that would either be able to make him fast enough to, you know, to gap that distance, to get in close to, you know, contact, to fight him in the air or get on his bird. You know what I mean? And if without fucking the bird, what the fuck does Deidara do? You know? Like, that's all really Sasuke did.
Dragon.
Yeah, the dragon. That's all really Sasuke had to do. He just had to get him off the fucking bird and made it even game, you know? And mind you, we're talking about a Sasuke that was also holding back, you know? So, fucking, it kind of gets to the point where, you know, to where, like, he could do that to create, you know, and cover for the distance and everything, you know, or better yet, even if he doesn't even do that, Deidara really doesn't want to give Jiraiya distance because that will give him time to go into Sage mode. That's just, you know what I mean? That's kind of hurting him, you know? And if Jiraiya gets into Sage mode and summons those two, which, in my opinion, I don't even think Jiraiya would need to go to that point because I don't think he would even deem Deidara dangerous enough, you know what I mean, to want to access Sage mode. He only wanted to do that against Pain because he had the Rinnegan, you know? But like, you know, like, it's just a question to where if Jiraiya especially goes into Sage mode, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, bro. Like, I'm pretty sure Deidara is losing that. You know what I mean? So
you did say that the frog. I don't know if Gamabunta. You'll disagree with us on this, but I don't know if Gamabunta's jumping is faster than Deidara's bird.
The reason why he's moving
is because the bird was able to keep up with the three tails while it was in the water.
The three tails. Oh yeah, you're talking about the transformation when he's fighting the three tails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's able to keep up with him while they're both in the water, and that's the three tails element. Yeah,
and that's fine too, but like, you know, fucking Gamabunta, he's fast. Like, he was even able to speed blitz Shikaku, you know, like in full Biju transformation. It was able to react and fight and you name it. Like, you know, like, yeah, it's impressive that Deidara was able to react and have speed. Like, technically, he was even doing that with Shikaku as well when Gar was utilizing Shikaku's form to fight him and kill him. But, like, you know, the frogs are no joke. You know what I mean? Like, they're up there with the tail beast too. So, like, I don't know. I feel like that would... I wouldn't say it'd be like, you know, that it would most definitely be faster than Deidara, but it could be faster, you know? Or at the very least allow him to create that, you know what I mean, to you know, get in the distance of being near him, you know? But even if, like, it doesn't even happen, or if he can't, all Jiraiya has to do is go into Sage mode, and then basically from there, Genjutsu, he's dead. You know? Like, if he's really having an issue of dealing with Deidara being at a distance, you know, he could just do that. And Jiraiya is not an idiot, just like what Kakashi was able to do. Like, Kakashi was roasting Naruto saying Deidara is clearly a range fighter, and yada yada yada. So there's only 2 ways to beat them: at their own game, okay, or utilize ranged ninjutsu to attack and fight them. You know what I mean? Like, so, and obviously Jiraiya is not dumb. He's smart. He's gonna know and try to figure out strategies on how to deal with Deidara being a ranged fighter, yada yada. If Kakashi could do it, Jiraiya could do it too. You know what I mean? Like, and it's just gonna go that route. And the way I see it, Deidara can win, but he has to use his C4. You know? Even if he does, like... What's that?
I do think if he can get a direct hit with a C3, I think he can get away with that.
If he gets a direct hit, yes. Jiraiya is not fucking tanking that shit. So, like, if he summons the C3, which... Is that the dragon, or is that just another explosion thing?
I don't know exactly what... I can look up. I don't think the dragon counts as a C3. I think that's its own separate thing. Okay. I think that C3 is basically...
I know the dragon's more powerful, though. It'd be a way more powerful explosion.
The dragon is C2, and C3 is the big golem thing.
Oh, okay. But what did he use in Sasuke's wing? That was, like, fast, and Sasuke had to go into his transformation and block it with the wing. And it fucked up his wing, but he was fine, though.
It wasn't C3.
It was C2 or C3? I don't know.
No, C3 is the big thing. Okay.
Because I know he uses that one thing in the village in the sand with Gaara, and it causes like a nuke explosion, which I believe that was C3. Yeah, but I don't think that's what he did on Sasuke, though. No, he did say it was something less than that. If he did that on Sasuke, Sasuke would have been dead. Or Sasuke would have had to summon the snake to tank that. There's no way Sasuke's tanking that, bro. Even in CM2. No.
But I think one of the most important things I think a lot of people generally forget about Deidara is he was training to fight. And I don't think... I mean, clearly he doesn't beat a ton. But the fact that he had Itachi as well, what he was setting himself up to.
Mm-hmm. Like, one thing I will say with Deidara, like, if he drops a C3, all Jiraiya has to do is just go into a different dimension and he can dodge it. Or he could just summon, a toad and just jump away from there. That's it. Very easy to dodge those explosions. Even if it was, like, the big one that he does in the end, Gamabunta could easily jump away from that side. If you actually look at it, just with a frog jump, he would be able to get away from that. So, like, the explosions he could evade, but that's obviously if Jiraiya is utilizing those and has the time to do that, which I don't see why he wouldn't be able to. When Sasuke could be able to react with a CM2 at the very least, or react by summoning the snake. So it would be really weird to say Jiraiya couldn't do the same, but if Jiraiya does get hit point blank, he's dead. He's not tanking that shit.
So you're saying that Gamabunta can jump 20 kilometers?
Yeah.
He bro, I swear to God, like, if you look at part 1, or better yet, you even look at edit play, he can jump far as shit, bro.
Yeah, sure he can, but not even with one, like 20 kilometers to jump, maybe like more, like multiple. Or...
Is that officially how big that could
Better yet, even if you don't think he can jump far enough to get away from the explosion, because remember, the explosion will happen, right? But remember, there's travel time and speed to put into consideration as well. So when the explosion happens, it's similar to a nuke. It goes, it's going, and you have a certain amount of time to outrun it. Obviously, human beings can't do that. Okay, Jiraiya wouldn't be able to either. But fucking a frog who can leap massive amount of distances, if he's jumping over and over, he can definitely be able to get away from it. Or maybe arguably even in one jump, he can get far enough to where he'd be very far from it and still be able to jump away. Or just be away from it, period, from the explosion radius. Or if you still don't think of that, I know damn well all he has to do is jump as high as he can. Because the distance that he jumps from all the way down where he was, where Naruto fell down, that shit was way more higher in fucking height. Because he jumped all the way from the bottom of that, all the way up into the fucking sky. To the sky, bro. like Deidara's fucking explosion did not reach that far up in the air. You know, and it was wide because it was in the shape of a fucking star, but like, you know what I mean? So I don't know, bro. Like, I'm just saying, you know. I'm pretty sure the frog could be able to jump out of it. But what I will say is, like, at the end of the day, like, fucking, if Deidara, like, does one of his attacks and catches Jiraiya slipping and lands, you know, it to go, because they are fast as well, and he does get hit by it, he's not tanking that. Even if Jiraiya does, like, his hair thing that he can utilize chakra for, like, you know, which is, like, in character that he does for durability, you know what I mean? I don't think he's going to tank it with that either. You know? But could he? Maybe. I don't know. But fucking, I don't think that would work either. Like, Jiraiya would either have to utilize substitution jutsu or shadow clone or whatever, and that's it. You know what I mean? Which wouldn't be out of the equation. Like, Jiraiya's not an idiot. You know what I mean? He's a skilled shinobi. He's gonna, you know, fight, be smart, you know, be cautious. So, that's just something I'm saying. But basically, like, the way I see it, you know, like, I just really don't think Deidara's taking it unless he does his C4. If he can do his C4, Jiraiya's not going to know what the fuck is going on. He's basically going to be, you know, like, the thing's going to explode and Jiraiya's going to be like, huh? Like, what the fuck? Like, what's happening? And then he's going to start seeing things like incinegrating and whatnot. And it's either he doesn't realize and he dies, or he's going to realize and he's not outrunning that. You know what I mean? Like, like, he's not fucking outrunning it. When he did that to Sasuke, like, Sasuke was only able to survive because he did his lightning style in his body. So it's like, for Jiraiya, like, you know, even if he does do another dimension, it's just gonna, like, get rid of whatever he summoned on a cellular level and then just kill him as well. Unless you think that dimension summoning or even his frog summoning would be able to die and be incinerated, and he would be fine. But I think it would kill both of them. Wouldn't that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, that'd be really, like, literally everything it was touching was just disintegrating. So it'd just be really weird, you know what I mean, for Jiraiya to be able to escape from that, you know what I mean, from him just using, like, a summoning or whatever. Like, unless he's, like, summoned away, you know, like, because the frogs can summon him too, but they'll only do that if they have to. Like, it's not like they're just on standby, like, oh, we're ready to get you out of danger, Jiraiya or Naruto, you know? So,
not everything it touches. I already talked about this with Ken before.
Yeah.
And you have to breathe it in.
Yeah, that was something that we had discovered last time, because the trees and all that are around Sasuke don't get destroyed at all. Like, they don't get damaged.
Oh, so you have to breathe it in.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I thought it was like a radius attack wherever it's going. Okay. So meaning,
I thought the same thing.
Yeah. So meaning.
I thought Ken, like, Sasori wouldn't get destroyed by it because he doesn't breathe.
Basically, yeah, he'd be fine. What's it
As long as
called?
I'm not the one.
Yeah, fucking. But like, if that's the case, then yeah, it has to get close enough, obviously, to Jiraiya to breathe it in. And with that being the case, like, Jiraiya has to fucking breathe. Like, so he's gonna have to hold his breath, but he's not gonna know to do that. You know what I mean? He's gonna be confused. He's gonna, like, even if he does catch onto it and see, like, things are just disintegrating for some reason, you know, like, what does he do? You know?
Well, okay, I'm gonna do this just to really help the Jiraiya. Like, if we take into the idea that you have to breathe it in, then you could say that if he's in the Nido Diesel, that hair thing of his, that could stop.
Yeah, true. Yeah, true. I forgot that. Yeah, that one jutsu to block. You know what I mean? Attacks and shit. What's it called? Yeah, he could do that and put himself in there. That is true.
You could also argue that because Jiraiya taught Nagato at a young age, and he helped master yeah, it was the Rinnegan that made it so he could, but he did help him learn all of his jutsus at a young age. So you could argue that Jiraiya knows at least one lightning attack.
Sure, but the problem though is Sasuke only knew what was going on because of the Sharingan. Jiraiya doesn't have a Sharingan though. You know what I mean? So, like, when he's seeing things getting incinerated, like, how does he even know not to breathe? You know what I mean? Like, if anything, like if I'm in Jiraiya's shoes and I'm seeing that, right, and that's if he sees that, because if he doesn't, he's dead. If he sees that, the only thing I'm gonna think of, be like, okay, things are literally getting disintegrated, whatever, it's coming my way as well. I need to get as far away as possible. And then at that point, you know, he'll just fucking what's it called? Just, you know, either do a toad summoning and just have to jump away and get away. Which I do believe that toads would be able to jump fast enough and far away from that, you know. And then not only that, how far does that even go? Like, you know.
To be fair, Deidara is, if we're going in character, Deidara is the person to yell how the attack works as it's happening.
Oh well, if he does that, then yeah, Jiraiya, he could be able to counter it. Yeah.
Because if I remember,
being an idiot.
he specifically tells the Sasuke anything that he specifically tells Sasuke how that attack works.
What a dumbass! If he actually did that, that means he technically probably could have killed. No, I think Sasuke still would have been smart enough. He would have saw with the Sharingan what was coming to him, and then realized, you know, like, I don't know. Do you think he would have still been able to deduce to use lightning style to negate it, and then use Genjutsu to make him think he died?
Yeah, I think because he was already using the lightning style to take care of a lot of his Earth style attacks anyway. Because he used it to take out some of the the spider bombs that he's thrown at him.
Yeah. But either way, like, Jiraiya could be able to deal with it if he knows what's going on. I'll say that at the very least. It could kill him either way still. Or if Jiraiya doesn't know what's going on, then his only option is to run away. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm going to be real with you. Jiraiya, he's not slow. You know what I mean? Like, he is fast. He's able to, like, to run where he's able to dodge all the pain summonings and deal with all that shit and everything. And, you know, and better yet, if you don't think he's fast enough to just run, you know, then all he has to do is just summon the fucking toad and then tell him, hey, no time for talking, jump away. Like, we need to go now, you know? And he would just jump away. And that, I don't think Deidara's jutsu travels, like, infinite distance either. So, there's just that, you know? But that's, like, the only main win con I could see Deidara having. If it's anything else, I just don't see it, bro. Like, Jiraiya has many ways to just get out of that shit, you know? Like, that's why everyone's argument for Jiraiya fighting against Deidara is speed blitz. Like, they all just focus on just trying to figure out a way of why Deidara is more faster than, which is retarded, but, you know, that's what people just try to do instead. Because if you imply that they can react... Go ahead.
I was going to say, I do think if Deidara is smart with how he does his bombs, he doesn't really even need a speed blitz, because he could use speed, because it seems like he can make the shape of his... would you be willing to agree that he can make his clay creatures, no matter what level, into whatever shape you need them to be? Or if that's something you'd be against?
Yeah, if he has enough chakra, yeah, why not?
Yeah, so realistically, he could just make a C3 into the ones that, one of those models that can walk around, have it go hand-to-hand with Jiraiya and like that. Because when he takes it out hand-to-hand, he just blows up on him and that's it.
Yeah, that could be a possibility.
Because if he can take out an Nietzsche with that, then I don't think base Jiraiya's taking that explosion.
Yeah. What's it called? Well, I don't know about him taking out a Biju. I've heard of that before too. Isn't that like towards with the whole Three Tails thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we can't argue that he doesn't. If he did beat the Three Tails, I mean, with or without help.
Yeah, because that was another thing it's like a weird situation. Like, because apparently him and Obito or Toby were arguing about it, like who actually took care of it. And then Toby says something like, you know, as like a smart ass remark, and then he just blasts him away, you know, and gets mad. But like it's kind of hard to gauge whether or not Deidara really took it out himself or not, you know, because Toby did help and he was like planting bombs and all that other shit and everything, and so I don't know, but that's just me.
Oh yeah.
What's it called?
Mean, even if we sit there and say like it was an equal effort, you do know that his bomb at least was able to hurt the tail.
Yeah, it was able to hurt him anyways. So, but like either way, like fucking yeah, like if Deidara catches, like I said, Jiraiya slipping, and it's like a massive explosion as well, then you know what I mean, like that, you know, obviously if that's him there, kind of fucked and he's dead, unless you think has reaction speed or fast enough to fucking, summon him in a toad, or a dimension or whatever, or if you think his hair could be able to tank that, which I don't think his hair would be, even if it's enhanced with chakra, would be able to tank that either. But, so that's like the only way he's going to do that against that. Or it makes sense, like if, Jiraiya had a substitution or a shadow clone instead, and it happens to that shadow clone and he's like at like a little bit of a distance, and then he could just summon, the toad or whatever and go from there and kind of see that, oh shit, it's a big explosion, I need to create distance or get away from it, But if, that's not the case and it's like Jiraiya's real version and Deidara is able to create an opening, which, he has done before. He's done it with Sasuke, he's done it with Gaara, where Gaara, he got fucked, and Sasuke, he utilized his wing. If it's Jiraiya, like he's either dead, or he somehow, some way tanks it with his hair durability feat, or he's able to fucking summon that other blocking thing, that he can do to protect himself somehow, some way, or fucking has to go into another dimension or a frog. It's one or the other, So, but it's interesting. He could lose, but I don't know. That's just kind of that. But it's an interesting fight though. It's definitely not one sided. Like Deidara could be able to pull it off. It's just, I don't know, like just narratively, with all the things Jiraiya can do. Like Jiraiya's not an idiot either. He's not just gonna be stupid. Like if anything, like the fact that Gaara and Sasuke didn't even use shadow clones or substitution when fighting Deidara was kind of silly in my opinion. To like gauge his strength and to see what he can do. Like they basically just straight up went and tried to fight him. Like they didn't give a fuck, And because they had their abilities, that allowed them to still survive. But like for instance, like if Sasuke, if Deidara did like a C3 explosion instead, and Sasuke, didn't utilize a sub or a shadow clone, and try to do the same thing he did with CM2, he would have been dead. You know what I mean? Like, he wouldn't have survived that fucking amount of an explosion. So, like, so, I don't know. Like, with Jiraiya, I don't think he's reckless like that. You know what I mean? Like, I really don't. Like, he battles smart. You know what I mean? He analyzes and he does what he needs to do. But either way, bottom line is, Deidara could be able to pull it off, or he doesn't and he loses. It's that simple. So... But it can go either way. There's nothing wrong with arguing for one or the other. So I just feel like it's more in favor with Jiraiya at the very least. And just narratively and just all that and sage mode and summonings and hex abilities, you name it. I feel like he has more in his utility belt, So... Yeah,
definitely
like Deidara is like Deidara is just an explosion user. That's it. You know what I mean? Just uses explosions, and Jiraiya just has so much more flexibility, so much more access to things. And then at the end of the day, like, obviously you apply enough chakra to a jutsu. What's it called? What's to say that his hair really can't be able to block what Sasuke was able to block with his CM2 wing, like, we don't know. So, but that's kind of my thoughts on that fight. I don't know if you guys have any more to say with that, but
I think the real thing becomes, do you think Deidara has enough not just speed, because realistically he's not speed blitzing Jiraiya. Mm-hmm. Do you think he has enough skill and enough power to overcome Jiraiya's experience?
It's possible.
I mean, again, we're talking like Sage Jiraiya. I don't think that's the conversation. Like Sage Jiraiya just kind of
Sage Jiraiya. You could even argue he could be able to tank it. You know what I mean? Because durability increases and everything too. Or better yet, if he covers his hair in Sage mode, you could argue he could tank an explosion. He could be able to react to all the explosions, sense them all, easily. The frogs would be there to aid him, utilizing their jutsus and, or creating smoke screen, all kinds of shit. Like, he just has so much more, you know what I mean? He's more powerful. But yeah, no, Sage Jiraiya is really bad for Deidara, in my opinion. Really bad. Like literally, like, you know, obviously the territory is important too, but like, let's say it's in the same territory as Sasuke, that could be a little bit more harder for Jiraiya. But if Jiraiya's able to find a fucking tree and just bounce and go at that speed that he did when he did it to Pain at first, you know what I mean, he could just come at a crazy speed and kick fucking Deidara in the face, you know, or fucking attack his bird and get rid of it, you know.
Like, realistically, and I was talking to
or the frogs can use their tongue and grab the bird too. Those frogs' tongue speed is insane. Like,
go that high?
What's that?
Did their tongues go that high? That long?
They went really fucking far on the summoning Pain, the chameleon. They were like quite distance, and it was just instantaneously went all the way to the ceiling where the chameleon was, and I was able to grab him. Now, as to the distance that Deidara was in when he was fighting against Sasuke, I don't know about all that. You know what I mean? But like, and obviously if Deidara goes more higher, then hell no. But like, if Jiraiya is able to get close enough, that's all they gotta do. Just grab him with their fucking tongue. He's not dodging that. You know? So like, but yeah, no, like Sage 1 Jiraiya, he's a really, really big threat. He's gonna fuck him up. So, has way more of a higher chance of being able to do anything he basically throws at him. And even if Deidara decides to utilize his C3, even at that point, Jiraiya should be able to actually sense those chakra things, you know what I mean, the microscopic explosions, even though he can't see it, but he'll be able to sense it, so he'll know something's wrong, and he could be able to avoid it that way, do whatever he needs to do, and it's just that simple. And if Deidara ever tries to do like his big explosions, like C3 or his suicide, all Jiraiya has to do is either sacrifice one of the toads, you know, or fucking jump away or go into a dimension, whatever, figure it out, you know? Like, it's that simple. But, unless you guys think that's bullshit and he's not getting away from it.
No, to be fair, and it's one of the things I just thought about. So, with C4, the only time we see, because the only time we've ever seen him use C4 is he has to summon a big a clone of himself that becomes very massive.
Gotcha.
So what's to say like Jiraiya does that? Not Jiraiya. Yeah, because Jiraiya can use C4. What's to say Deidara does that, and then Jiraiya, instead of doing what Sasuke did, he just first summons the big explosion because he doesn't want to do it because it takes time for attacks to go and explode.
Yeah, exactly, and that too. You know what I mean? So like, there's time.
And I'll get rid of them as well.
Yeah. So like, yeah, there's either way, like, you know, there's ways Jiraiya can be able to work with it and deal with it, but you know, that's kind of just that. Oh, here I'm gonna show this for you guys too. Just to show, I'm gonna screen share. Alright. I don't know if you'll be able to see. Can you see this, Crunchyroll? Boy, you can't see the screen though, right? Like, it won't show the screen. It's just black for you guys?
Yep.
Yeah, that's fucking gay. So yeah, the only way you'll be able to see it is another, but I'm not going to go that route. It's not that serious. Let me see if I can find it on YouTube. Hang on. There's a fucking time skip. That's so gay. I wanted to show him all the way in the sky too, but either way, here I'll send.
I know the scene.
Yeah, I'll send this. Like, bro, just look at that shit. Like, fucking. Oh, you guys can see what I saw on YouTube, right? Oh, you can see that at least. I'm an idiot.
I can see it.
Yeah, I don't even have to post a link. Like, this motherfucker, bro. Like, all the way down this shit. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. This shit was far down. No offense, it's kind of an asshole thing Jiraiya did.
Jiraiya just hanging out.
I remember Jiraiya saying, "I apologize for doing this, Lord Fourth." He even said that too.
keep in mind, Jiraiya's that man who gets the 12-year-old boy to turn into a naked girl just so we can stare at him.
Literally, fucking weirdo.
Maybe Jiraiya's literally the villain of Naruto.
Like, just look how far he's fucking dropping. You know what I mean? He's still dropping at this point. Still dropping. Look at that. Like.
I wonder what Jiraiya's plan was if Naruto had failed someone with crowd.
Hang on. What's that?
I wonder what Jiraiya's plan would have been if Naruto had failed to summon a frog. Because it's not like he can afford to let Naruto die.
Hang on. Give me one moment. Hang on.
Or maybe he can. Maybe it's just like Naruto dies and he's like, well, that's another how many years we don't have to deal with the Akatsuki.
Yeah.
Oh, we chose just pissed because he was too lazy to do anything.
Big facts. Oh, so it kind of shows from here how far. Yeah, like you see this, right?
Oh yeah.
He's all the way down there. I thought he was a lot farther down though.
Well, to be fair, it's more impressive than you would say anyway because it's not like he has solid footing on the ground. Like he's holding himself in place already, and he has to throw all this weight up.
Yeah, it's insane. Yeah. So imagine him just being on the ground, you know?
So that's more than just jumping ability. Like, that's physical.
Yeah. Just by him breathing, he's blowing fucking Naruto away. Hey, remember, this guy gets bodied by Kid Choji, though.
What do you want me to say? Kid Choji, if you on that drugs, I mean...
Oh, Jiraiya even says when he's behind that tree that not even he can fucking handle Gambunta. Like, even he says, oh, I can't really deal with him, and he just, like, leaves, because he knows better.
Just like, nope, I'm not about that energy right now. You'd be surprised how many people Jiraiya had that conversation unless we just refuse to believe that Jiraiya had problems fighting Gamabunta.
Say that one more time, what'd you say?
There's a surprising number of people who think Jiraiya just beats Gamabunta in a fight.
Well, not at that current point, because even Jiraiya literally states himself that he can't even handle him or deal with him. Now, you know, you could always have someone, you know, come out and argue and be like, "Oh, he's just referring to like his attitude or his behavior." But if they had a fight, then Jiraiya wins, which, sure, whatever. But when you really,
why ever summon him then?
Exactly, you know what I mean? Like exactly, you know. And not only that, like when Jiraiya summons him. Literally in that scene and everything, he literally states, like, I cannot handle him, so it's better for me just to leave or whatever. Like, meaning that if he had to, like, fight or whatever, he's going to get fucked up. You know? And if you analyze what Gambunta can do compared to what Jiraiya can do, he's way more powerful than him. Like, just by feats alone. Like, Jiraiya has hacks and shit and whatnot to kind of help and you name it, but that's about it, you know?
I mean, I don't see Jiraiya throwing hands with Naruto.
No. Hell no. No, yeah, he's not throwing hands with the frog or the snake or anything like that. What Jiraiya would have to do if he's dealing with them is use like his dark swamp, you know what I mean? And that might be able to restrain them temporarily, you know? I wouldn't even say permanently, but that's about it.
I mean, you probably did hard. Like, who's to say that if he breathes like that?
Yeah.
Something like that. Or he can just do that to Jiraiya. Do you think Gamabunta would kill some of the other frogs as well?
What happened?
Would Gamabunta be able to summon the other frogs as well, considering that I don't see why they can also do a summoning jutsu at that point.
Yeah, he can utilize ninjutsu. There should be no reason for him not to be able to. Like, he's done water-style attacks. He's done, you know what I mean? Like, He can do like other things and combo attacks with Jiraiya. The small frogs are able to summon, you know what I mean, Naruto and all the other frogs. So I don't see why he wouldn't be able to either. Look at that. Look at that explosion, bro. And then the only thing it didn't show, it did a time skip. He went all the way in the sky, bro. That motherfucker was super high up. Where he's in the blue sky, showing the clouds and everything, you know? And then he falls, eventually falls down and makes that massive explosion. Like, there's no way. You know what I mean? Like, like he can jump far, and he's fast and very powerful. So, people cap on
I don't know why people be downplaying Gamabunta.
Yeah,
what did Gamabunta do?
Exactly. No, people be downplaying the fuck out of Gamabunta. It's crazy. It's ridiculous. But anyways,
and he's old too. That's the annoying part. Like, I think I think he's older than Hiru's, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Okay, you have anything on that?
Yeah, he's just been quiet, bro. He's gone.
I thought he fell asleep again. I mean,
well, it is actually late
here,
for him.
I'm just making food.
I don't blame you, bro. I haven't even eaten one thing today. I've been just chilling with you guys. I'm about to actually go get something myself too, if I'm being honest with you. But one last topic to think about before I do get my food and come back. What are you guys thinking of?
I do know that
So Ken, you got
Luca wanted to know what your
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got one. Fucking
What did I want? Okay.
Oh, because when I showed my Naruto list, you were curious to see how
Oh yeah,
bad he would think it is.
Oh, but you have to send the old one because Boruto stuff forbidden.
I still have it. Yeah. I would have to physically go into my phone and delete it, and that's just a lot of work, man.
Yeah, just send the old one.
I'd have to press like 2 hold buttons.
Hey.
When you're starting Boruto today?
Yeah, I will start it today. I'm gonna watch probably 2 episodes just for today. Nothing crazy, but I'll start it today and.
But you're watching everything, right?
Yeah, everything. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna watch Boruto, and then I'm just gonna do like 2 episodes a day. Wednesdays will be like anime days where I'll just watch, once I'm off work or whatever, and go from there. But I'm gonna get into it, start watching it now, and then this way I can get caught up. So.
Alright. Wait, 2 episodes a day?
Yeah.
Oh, that's like fucking hell. That's like 100 days for you to reach that point.
Oh really? How many episodes are there?
As of now, the next one is gonna be 260. But the thing we are talking about, like the good stuff, like the really good stuff, the multiple arcs. So
yeah, the only reason why I was saying like 2 episodes a day is because I was gonna do like reaction videos. You know what I mean? So like reacting to the episode and shit and just doing it. I could always just kind of stream it and just watch it and not really make it too much a react, and just watch it whatever too. But we'll see what's it called. But that was the only reason why, because like I said, typically when I watch animes and shit, I like to just watch it on my own time. Like I just watch it. That's it.
Yeah.
But since I've never seen Boruto and I've never really done like a reaction series or anything like that, and I'm probably not gonna be posting obviously too much on YouTube. I already explained to you guys the whole YouTube thing. But I could always put it on my Twitch, and that could probably boost a lot of following on there, and for anyone that enjoys that type of shit. I don't know, but we'll see how it goes. But I'm gonna at least start it today though.
Yeah, sure.
This man posted a list.
Nothing that interesting in the first episodes, but
yeah,
that's a start. And if you're talking about the whole Ishiki thing and the best shit, it's like episode 187, 88, up until 220.
Okay.
So that's the main shit you are excited for, right?
Oh yeah. Like I'm mainly excited. Like I hope there's not a lot of bullshit episodes in it. That's gonna be annoying.
No, not that. No, not that much, in my opinion.
Okay.
But it's still interesting at the very least.
Okay.
Some bullshit.
Yeah.
It's still interesting. I don't know about how you would.
No, I get you.
The main stuff is really worth it, in my opinion.
Really?
But I'm telling you right now, like that, you're gonna wait till it fucking finishes, because dude, it's gonna be 5 years from now on till it finishes.
Damn, that's a good bit.
So there is no way.
That's a good bit.
By that time, like everything will be spoiled for you. Everything.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And
I can only
even that.
imagine because it's gonna be so much crazy shit, you know.
Yeah.
But
Okay, so Ken sent the list. There's the list.
I just realized I was.
I can't even look at that shit, bro.
It's just open original.
Yeah, I know. I do that, and then it's still like.
Zoom it in. You have to click on it.
Ah, there we go. Now I can do it. Yeah.
Don't blame me. Blame Swag.
My God.